Okay, hello everyone. It's another episode. We're here at Drockness Forge. We're about to speak to some woman who's up in the mountains for some reason, even though she's from Ascalon. I'm just here in this gate here. I just wanted to show it before, but I never got around to it. I said that PvP was closed all around the world. Behind there is one of the old arenas that you could access from Drockness Forge, which is now closed off. And when we complete the main game, not the epilogue, but the main game, we'll be able to go through that gate. So bear in mind where that is. It's just kind of near the vision of glint you can get. Anyway, in this area here where the carolers of Brent were, there was this woman here called Vanyi. So let's speak to her, see what she's got to say. She says, your aura is radiant. Aided by the spirits of the desert, you can learn any profession, master any skill, but there yet remain untapped reserves of power within you. Take my advice, Peter. Go to the frozen forest from the iron mines of Molajune and seek out my sister Sanyi. She will help you to unleash this hidden power, and our reward for this will be 15 extra attribute points, which is as many as you can get. I will find your sister. Now she does usually have another quest just before that one, called the Hero's Journey, and basically she's the person who tells you about the ghosts in the Crystal Desert that can change your secondary profession. But obviously I didn't want to get the quest from her, and I did it early because I didn't want to have to skip to a different region, which is a rule I have now broken because I had to go to the Battle Isles to unlock the secondary profession Assassin, which is kind of annoying. I kind of feel like a bit of a sellout, but I'm sure I couldn't have done it without it, so there you go. Right, so the reason why I waited to do that till now is because now we've been to the Iron Mines of Molajune. If you remember, we completed the Ice Caves of Sorrow and we sailed up this ice river here, and it's taken us here. Centuries ago, the city of Molajune is said to have lain here in the southern Shiverpeak Mountains, a shining place of ice and stone. Legends say that it stood for thousands of years, then fell one bright dawn in a single earth-shaking crash, leaving behind no sign of its inhabitants. Today, the mines are the only sign the city might once have been more than myth. And we're going to go here because this quest is quite easy to get to. The explorable area near here is called the Frozen Forest. You would go through, if we wanted to walk here without doing the missions, you'd go to Talu Chute, and then there's this really difficult small area here called the, what's it called? The Ice Dome, yeah. And it's packed with enemies, it's really hard to get through. And then there's the Frozen Forest. And we're going to run through here. Now this is actually quite a hard run. I have tried it a few times. I know the best route to go now. Even with shadow form it can be a pain, so we're going to eat our red rock candy. It's mostly about getting the timing right and hoping to God that I don't fall into any traps. So this first bit here, you can see there are these Ice Imps. I don't think I've introduced you to these imps yet. But basically if you don't have shadow form up when you're near them, they cast this thing on you called Mind Freeze, which makes you move like 90% slower, and it lasts for ages. So basically if they get near you with shadow form off, they're just going to stop you moving, and then everyone's just going to pile on and kill you. The other threat that I've got to look out for, there's some Tengu there, but mostly all over this place in the Frozen Forest, which isn't much of a forest, you may have noticed. I think that the name is meant to be ironic. But other than that, there's these pine souls everywhere in the Frozen Forest, and they are annoying. They're very annoying. They lay traps, and if I'm unlucky I'll fall into their traps, and their traps will cripple me. So here I'm just using Shroud of Distress so that I can run through these next Tengu without dying. Oh no, they stripped my enchantments. Okay, so that didn't work. I forgot to use Signet of Stamina there, which raises my health, but I've done it now. Also, Pine Souls are annoying. You'll see now they're using this thing here called Muddy Terrain. Oh, it just ran out. Muddy Terrain is very annoying. It means that all speed boosts no longer work. And not only that, but they also... Okay, so I'm running through Stone Summit here, who are probably going to kill me, because Shadow Form's just dropped. Oh, no, they didn't kill me. Or did they? Woo! Oh, that was close. That was very close. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I was lucky there, because the Stone Summit, as I said before, they can slow me down as well. What was I saying? Oh yeah, to break out of there I just use dash, which makes me move 50% faster. which is one of the fastest speeds you can move on the game. Using just regular skills, that is, anyway. Okay, so now we're going to be coming down here, and the third threat that I need to watch out for are these goddamn spirits, the undead that I was talking about before, that use that signet on me and knock me down. Hopefully I won't hit a trap. Okay, I look quite safe. So I've used balanced stance there so that they can't knock me down anymore. And now I'm just sprinting past them all. I'm going to wait here for balanced stance to recharge while I'm safe from everything, because I know if I move forward some more undead might pop up. Quite an interesting thing about the undead here, I haven't asked anyone about them, but I'm sure that they're not a part of the undead that were attacking Kryta. I think they're kind of separate from that. We've of course seen that guy, the Vizier, can control the undead now that he has the Scepter of Ore, and he's been helping us, so he wouldn't have any reason to be setting them against us, would he? Anyway, here we go. I've just got to watch the radar. You see someone popped up there. I used balanced stance at the last possible moment. This is the last part where I could potentially get screwed. There's a pine cell here. As long as I don't run into any traps of his, I can get past these last ones. You see they're still using Signet of Judgment on me. They do not relent. And now we're quite close to where the quest marker is. It's just over there. Just give me a second. Oh no, there's more. How did I know there'd be more? There weren't usually any there. Alright, okay, but I've got balanced stance up just in time. And I've used dash to get away from them, and they've stopped trying to chase me. Now, it's not just a quest here. Luckily there's an outpost as well called the Copperhammer Mines, which is a cool little place. So let's go in there and recharge before we attempt to do this quest. So the Copperhammer Mines, again, just like all of the other outposts around here, there's no real reason to come to it, except for the fact that it runs so close to this quest we're doing at the moment. Again, it's mostly just the skills. I do want to use the merchant though, because we got some items in that last mission we were in. Oh, and also when I bought this new armor, you might have noticed I also went to the merchant and sold all the stuff we got in Glint's Lair and stuff like that. So in case you were wondering whether that happened. Getting the armor actually completely drained me of cash. I had to borrow some from another character. Didn't really get much, I don't think. Oh, what's my sword doing there? I don't want that there. Oh, and also when I upgraded my armor, I got the staff that I'm using at the moment. We can't use Shadow Form. Shadow Form won't stay up the whole time unless I have a staff that gives me plus 20% extra enchantment time. You can see that there. And I was hoping to upgrade the staff we got ages ago. Remember back in Kryta, and I've been holding on to it. I was hoping to upgrade that, but I just didn't get any enchantment mods. So in the end, I just decided to sell the staff we got in Kryta and just grab that ghostly staff from a different character. Which again, I feel like a bit of a sellout for doing that, because that was one of the things I was trying to not do. You get weapons from other characters, but there you go. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Right, hopefully I didn't sell anything stupid just then. Doesn't look like I did. Cool. Alright, so let's go back out and speak to this person, Vanyi. Oh no, we're seeking out Sanyi now, who we saw just as we ran in. And Sanyi is Vanyi's sister, who apparently can help us get these extra, become more powerful. Just before we go though, I want to read the description. Copperhammer Mines. Through an unfortunate twist of heritage, Ortho Copperhammer shared ownership of these mines with a cousin, Bragg, a Stone Summit warlord. When Bragg learned that Ortho had trade agreements with the human settlements in the foothills, he led a raid on the mines to punish his cousin. Today, this area serves as an outpost for adventurers on their way to the frozen forest. So you might have read that and thought, foothills, this is right in the middle of the forest. Well, it does mean the in the middle of the forest, or I mean mountains. I'm pretty sure it means the foothills here. These are the Ascalon foothills, which we never went to, but this is Ascalon here, so if you didn't quite know where we were on the world map, there you go. Alright, another interesting thing about this before we go, I've just remembered that I was going to say, is on the other side of this outpost there's another exit you can go to, which will take us further north, and that is quite a difficult area there. There's a place up there called the Granite Citadel, and we'll be going there in the epilogue of the game. and the reasons will become clear when we get there. But for now, this is about as far as we're going going north in the mountains. Let's go out. Now, I've not tested this quest at all yet. I remember what happens in it, but I've obviously never tried it solo. Actually, that's a good point. Give me one sec. Okay, I just went back in and changed my build, because I remember you have to fight in this quest, and I had a running build equipped. Right, so this is Vanyi. Let's say hello to her. Vanyi always chooses such curious disciples. Let's see if you are as powerful as she thinks. Follow me. So I think we've just got to follow her and protect her as best we can. She looks quite old and haggard, really, doesn't she? Very old and haggard. So I guess she's from Ascalon as well. I like her sword. Come on now, I'll walk slowly for you. Is she just gonna... No, she doesn't follow us. Okay, so she's gonna keep walking. I'm gonna summon the Shining Blade to help me. And I'm gonna use my Red Rock Candy, because there's enemies up here who we need to kill. Ooh, there's something here called a Moraga spawn. Oh god, I feel like I'm gonna die already. Okay, well let me get my axe out. Hopefully I'll be okay. Doesn't look too dangerous.